Exclusive post from Allen Park right now. An internal alert just flipped from cautious yellow to flashing red. And the profile that moves sits exactly in Detroit's strike zone long. Violent, rookie deal affordable, tailor-made for November football. Welcome back to Lions News Fan Report. I'm bringing you a clean roadmap before any headline gets ahead of itself. Here's what I'm laying down for you, straight and simple. The deadline clock and how it shapes real leverage. The exact on-field role that tightens early downs and unlocks third down chaos. The contract math that protects our future extensions. The draft pick band that keeps the front office disciplined. And the locker room filter that decides whether a move lands or dies on arrival. Ride with me to the end, because the name only hits after the board is fully set. The timing matters. The trade deadline sits right after the Week 8 bye and the Week 9 Vikings game. And that window is where contenders separate fantasy from function. You're not shopping in the spring. You're buying snaps that cash in now. For the Lions, that means focus over fireworks. We don't need a press conference star. We need a piece that fits our language on defense. A player who can hold the C-gap on first down. Compress space when offenses try to bully the edge with motion and angles. And then reduce inside on money downs to help Aiden Hutchinson turn pockets into trapdoors. That's the role. If we nail the role, January gets lighter. I'll be direct. Hutchinson already distorts blocking schemes. Slide help chases him every Sunday. When that happens, and our interior maintains its teeth, the pass game breaks on schedule for us quarterbacks hitch. Throws get late. The ball gets batted or forced to the sideline. The weeks we felt stress are the ones where early down edges soften. Backs got downhill without a bubble, and we had to cheat bodies into the box. That's not who we are. Our best version is 4 rushers changing the math without telling the secondary to live on an island. So the target is not a pure bendy speed merchant. The target is the grown man edge who plays square, sets the post, and then becomes a bully inside on third down. Let's talk cost. Because Brad Holmes has given us a blueprint, value, control, and rollover discipline. Late season rookie deal money doesn't wreck flexibility. It lets you add impact without borrowing from 2026 to pay for October adrenaline. The right deal lives in the conditional day 3 range playtime, and January wins can kick it up. But you're not touching a top 100 pick. That's how serious teams operate. Add a stabilizer, keep the core safe, and refuse to mortgage tomorrow. Now the availability lens. On the other sideline, there's a front that has shuffled personnel and roles, moving guys across spots and asking hybrids to be band-aids instead of building blocks. When staffs do that, tweeners get mislabeled, not because they lack tools, but because usage is muddy. Detroit thrives on unmuddy usage. We take what's been scattered, give it a sentence in our language, and watch it harden into production. That's not hype. That's a pattern. Before I push further, quick word for the family here. If you want every turn of this trade clock delivered with clarity instead of rumor fog, lock in with me, subscribe, drop a like, and keep the bell on. I'll keep this channel tight to the tape and honest to the cap. Back to football. The prototype I'm describing is a hybrid end who can survive power and counter, convert speed to power through a violent long arm, and stay disciplined enough to spill or box depending on the call. Inside, he's not chasing a highlight. He's compressing half a man, making guards play with their heels in the paint, and letting Hutchinson either win clean on the outside or run the wrap with space. Think of it as a pocket that shrinks in slow motion until the quarterback realizes there's nowhere to climb. That's how you get sacks without jacking up blitz rates or asking the back end to cover forever. Culture check. Because this room is earned, not given. Dan Campbell's standard isn't about slogans. It's about strain. You bring your pads, you bring your effort, and you let the film say your name. The player I'm circling doesn't arrive with theatrics. He arrives with grip strength and pad level. That's the fit. That's why this even lives on the table. Cap table reality. Detroit has extensions to respect, rollover to protect, and a model that prizes optionality in March. A rookie contract with another year baked in is the sweet spot. You aren't promising 50 snaps. You're adding a package, a lever you can pull against heavy personnel and third and medium. If it pops, you found January juice for a conditional pick. If it settles at solid rotation, you still bought run integrity and protection for Hutchinson's efficiency stats, which is the hidden value good front offices count. Now. Breadcrumbs, because I want you to see the line I'm drawing, not just the dot where it ends. This defender was drafted in 2023, a second rounder taken one pick after Brian Branch. That tells you the age curve, the pedigree, and the pay scale. It also tells you why the price can be rational. There's team control left, but it's not a forever marriage. If a staff across the league has turned him into a sometimes this, sometimes that, his best value might actually be here. With a clean job description, on-field fit with our personnel packages, first down base. He's the strong side end who squeezes, wrong arms when asked, and forces backs into McNeil's orbit. Third down NASCAR, he reduces inside as a 3-tech or 4-eye, uses that long arm to forklift the guard, and gives Hutchinson either an ISO outside or a green light to run a TT stunt. Add in simulated pressure walk a backer up to stress protection calls. Drop him out post-snap, and you manufacture free runners without sending the house. That's sustainable defense in January weather. All right, let's put a price tag on functionality. I'm not touching a third rounder. I'm not trading the kind of capital that shrinks your spring board, but a conditional day 3 that escalates with snap share or a playoff win. That's real. That's explainable in both rooms. And that's the exact size of move that pays off when you're already a contender and you're hunting for efficiency, not headlines. Timeline matters too. With the buy position the way it is, you can onboard the language. Dump 10 to 15 snaps in the first week, grow it to 25, and have the full third down package humming by Thanksgiving. That's not a fire drill. That's controlled integration, the sort of plan that keeps performance tight and injuries down. While adding a new club to the bag, you've stayed with me to see the board. Here's the card that's been flipped over. The target that makes football sense, cap sense, and locker room sense is Keon White of the New England Patriots. I'm not selling a superstar label. I'm showing you a multiplier. White is the right kind of heavy plays long at end, can sit down inside without giving ground, carries a mean streak through contact, and when he stays square, turns wide zone optimism into 2-yard shrugs. He's still on that rookie deal. There's another year of control, and his skill set slides into Aaron Glenn's menu without forcing anything weird. You don't have to rewire the defense. You just turn the screws tighter. What I see on tape, when White keeps his pads down and strikes first, he owns the risk of the tackle and closes the door that backs want to steal. Inside, he's not a boutique pass rush move guy. He's a force concentrator. He compresses the pocket linearly, and that's exactly what lets Hutchinson feast either wide with speed to power or looping behind as the guard panics. It's unglamorous, and it's exactly what wins on 3rd and 6 in cold weather with the season breathing down your neck. New England might listen to simple football economics. Role clarity is currency. If a player is being used as a patch across techniques and alignments, he becomes more valuable to a team that will give him one clear identity. Offer a conditional day 3 with escalators tied to playtime and team success. Keep the cash clean, and both sides can say yes without blinking. It's a deal that fits the moment, honors the Lions' plan, and gives this defense another way to say no on early downs, and not today, on third dot. I want your stamp on this, right now. Would you push a conditional day 3 to bring Keon White into the rotation? Cap the escalator at snaps in a January win, and let him grow into 15 to 20 early down reps plus third down interior heat by Thanksgiving. Drop your exact package and deployment ideas in the comments. I read them. I learn from this community. And I bring the sharpest takes back into the next breakdown. Here's my concise professional. Read. Keon White is a cost-smart, road-true addition who strengthens Detroit's early down integrity and raises the floor of our four-man rush without touching the pillars of the cap plan. He complements Hutchinson, protects McNeil's efficiency, and gives Aaron Glenn one more way to manufacture honest pockets without flashing blitz. That's not noise. That's winning detail. If you value fast, grounded Lions updates and real roster chess, lock in with me here on Lions News Fan Report. Subscribe, tap like, and stay close. The clock is ticking toward November 4th, and this is how contenders use the time.